Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of On the Couch with Creatives. I say good morning because I'm here in the UK, but good afternoon or good evening if you're anywhere else in the world. I'm Melanie Perry.
And I'm Julie Hyde-Mew.
And this is On the Couch with Creatives. Fans of the show will know that we're part of the Creatives Group, the private networking group for creative professionals across the globe. Together, we help you create, connect, and grow your creative business. So if that sounds like you and you'd like to join our growing network of creative professionals, do feel free to contact us after the show. But this is On the Couch. So Julie, who do we have on the couch today?
Well, today we're talking to the children's author, Sue PAVEY. And 4 of her books, she writes for very young children, 4 of her books are beloved by children around the world. And they're all about her West Highland Terrier, Charlie dog. So let's bring her on the couch, Melanie. Hello, Sue. Welcome to On the Couch.
Hello. Nice to meet you all.
Well, first of all, Sue, you have written more than the Charlie dog books. So before we start discussing the Charlie dog books, tell us how you started in your career as a children's author.
Well, I didn't really start until really late in life. I was sort of late 50s when I started, and I never was interested before. But suddenly I just got this sort of little story in my head about a character called the Alphabet Friends, and it was just based on different, or each child had a letter of the alphabet named after them. So it'd be like Amy for A and things like that. So I wrote this little book and got it published. And then I sort of got the bug. And one day, with my own little Westie dog, he came in from the garden. He was all muddy. And I just went, "Where have you been, Charlie?" And I thought, oh, I don't know, that could be the start of a little story. So I just started putting a few little words together and it rhymed. So I thought, well, I'll stick on that sort of way of writing it. So it's easier for children to sort of pick up and learn it. So that's how the first one started. And then from then it just sort of developed and thought up other ideas and sort of lucky enough got it, the first one published with an American publisher. Then the second book was published over here in Britain, and so was the third one. And it's just snowballed from that, really. So I've just had the 4th one published last year. So yeah, it's going okay with it. So.
Yeah, so it's Charlie Dog. Where are you hiding, Charlie Dog? Charlie Dog's birthday, which is all about his 3rd birthday party.
Yeah.
And then Bake a Cake with Charlie Dog.
Yeah, that Bake a Cake one took quite a long time to get published and get out there. You know, I sort of had the idea for years, but it's quite good because what with Bake Off and everything happening now, it's becoming sort of people's mind, you know, to get children baking. And it is, and I'm a terrible baker, and I actually followed the recipe and made a cake, so it does work. So yeah, so I know my friends couldn't believe it when I said about making a recipe, you know, a story about a recipe. They couldn't believe it because I'm really terrible at baking. So but it, like I say, it does work. So, and the kids have made some really lovely ones. I mean, they've sent me pictures, photos and things, and I can't believe they've made them. You know, they're really nice big cakes. So yeah, so which is good. So
what I love about your Charlie Dog books is that they progress as Charlie Dog gets older every year. So the level of reading gets more challenging.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice as well. As the kids do go up in classes, they can follow the books, keep them with them, you know, because I did do a lot of school readings, and actually went back to my old primary school, and I've done quite a few readings there. And it is nice to see the children as they go up in the classes, starting off in the nursery and going up, you know, it's really nice. They still like the books and they can follow them. So yeah, I've got an idea for another one, but whether I'll get round to doing it, you know, it is a hard thing to sit and do, really. You know, you've got to keep on at it all the time. So, but I do enjoy it though. I love seeing the children. That's the nice part of it, you know. So I'm doing a Skype in the classroom session at the end of the month with some children from Romania. I did one with them about 4 years ago, So of course they're going to be new children now, but they're learning to speak English. So because it's quite an easy read, you know, it's quite simple for them to follow. So that's good.
Well,
Yeah.
you're very involved with children, because you do
Yeah.
school meetings around the UK, and then you also do Zoom readings with schools around the world.
Yeah, I've done quite a few, like New Zealand, even Guatemala. I couldn't believe that one, and America, and the one I'm doing is Romania, the one that I've done previously, and it's really nice. You know, it's nice to. They speak such good English, all these children. They're, you know, so advanced, really, and it's nice to see they send me pictures and things like that. You know, ask me about Charlie. So, but unfortunately, he died quite a few years ago. But you know, but it's just nice to keep his memory alive, really, as well. So, yeah.
And that must be really lovely, Sue, to see pictures, like when the children send
Oh,
you pictures,
lovely. Yeah.
and you know that they're really enjoying your work.
Yeah, that is a really nice part of it, you know. It's like when you're in the classroom as well with them, and they're all excited and they're drawing pictures and asking me things. It's really lovely, you know, to get involved like that. That's a nice side of it, you know. So, yeah.
So
Well, people seem to think, because children's books, especially for young children, at a very young level of reading,
Yeah.
that the text can be very simple and
Yeah.
very few words. Your first Charlie Dog book is very
Really?
simple, with very
Yeah.
few words. That people tend to think that it's very easy to write, but it's not, is it?
It's not, no. There's so many things you've got to think of, you know, when you're doing it. And yeah, well, I don't know what to say now, sorry. But it's really hard. It's because I want them to rhyme as well. I've got that added sort of trouble of trying to make sure that words are simple, that they can follow them, you know, and that they rhyme. So, and that they enjoy it as well. Try to always put a little bit of humour in, because they really love that, children, if there's something a bit funny in it, you know. So try to add that as well. But yeah, it can be quite difficult sometimes. I have a little exercise book, and I'm crossing out when I'm writing things down all the time, you know, sort of trying to make things just work properly. So yeah.
Because Charlie Dog's birthday, the third one in the series,
Yeah.
is actually quite a complicated and
Yeah.
long poem.
It has got some hard words in that one. Yeah, I know. Sometimes when I look back, I think, oh, did I go a bit too far on that one, you know? But it's like some of the characters, the fancy dress things, you know, it's but they seem to, I think a lot of children as well, once they've read it or they read it, they remember, and that's how a lot of their reading goes, that they remember the words, you know, not really that they're reading the words so much, you know, they remember the story. And because it rhymes, that seems to help them sort of know what the word is that's going to come up, you know. So yeah, but yeah, they do like them though, so which is good.
Because children are also
they'll
naturally
tell you.
curious, aren't they? Children
Yeah,
are also naturally curious. If they don't know a word, they'll ask, and then they
that's
will
right.
learn.
Yeah, and I think because you've got the picture there as well, that sort of guides them roughly what's going to be happening.
How did you find the illustrator for your books?
Well, the first one, because I've changed illustrators recently, because the first one I had Eleni. I searched everywhere online and different things, you know, LinkedIn, all that sort of stuff. And it ended up, she was, I worked in Marks and Spencer's at the time, and she was the daughter of a girl I worked with in Marks and Spencer's, that she'd done a cover for a children's book, like a Ladybird book. And she was at uni. So we sort of worked together. And but as years have gone by, because she's got married now and she's left uni, she's got a job, and she just didn't have the time really. So for this last one, I had to try and find another one, and that took a long time. But again, on LinkedIn, that was really a useful thing, because I found somebody, and he's been so great and so helpful. Because although I've been doing it for a few years, I'm still really new to the whole system of it, you know. But he's really good. I mean, I couldn't thank him enough, really, how he got us through, because the publishers didn't like the way he used the illustrations, didn't like the way he through them. So then I had to cancel the contract with the publisher, and I had to sort of find another publishing company that would take it on. So that's why it took so long. It just went round and round in circles, really, for a good couple of years. But
is it hard to find a publisher? Because a lot of people who are trying to get published,
it really
struggle.
Yeah, it really, really is. I've been lucky a couple of times. I mean, my illustrator, his sort of family friend had a small publishing company, so that's how we went that way. But really, if you haven't got an agent, you're just going around in circles, really. You just got to keep on and on and on. It's like a vicious circle, really. You can't get an agent if you haven't had books published, and you can't get books published if you haven't got an agent. So
crazy, isn't it?
It's no one gives you a chance, really. It's so it is quite hard, but you just have to keep on and on and on. I mean, I must have about 1 million rejection letters, from different companies and things. But I think if you sort of really believe in it, you just got to keep going at it, really, and just don't give up, really. That's the thing.
Well, the fact that you haven't given up, that you've
I
published
know.
4 of the Charlie Dog books,
I know.
and I was thinking of a 5th one, hopefully.
In my mind,
it's a testament to your passion and your commitment, which is
I think because I feel like the character could be developed a lot further. I'm always on LinkedIn trying to get into sort of animation side of the thing, because I really feel it could make a good cartoon for children, or like early learning things. And I know Sky have got a new children's channel, but it's just getting your foot in the door. It's just really sort of having that bit of luck, really, that just someone spots it and thinks, oh, that's good, But I'll keep trying, keep on and on.
You never know.
Yeah, that's it. You don't know. You really don't. It's just that one bit of luck is all you need, really. So
one door
hopefully
I'll
find. Pardon?
One door just needs to open.
That's it. You just need one person, and that's it. You're in then, really. And then it can develop from that, can't it? So but I will keep trying.
Are you thinking of writing a 5th Charlie Dog book?
I've got an idea in mind, sort of. But lately, I mean, the last year and a half, I just haven't had the time, really. I know that's terrible, but we moved and we've completely renovated this house, this bungalow. So we've been living in chaos for at least the last year. I had one plug socket at one point, and that was all we had here. So now we're getting it nearly finished. Hopefully I'll have time this year to sort of sit down and concentrate on getting further on with it. So and it's helpful. My daughter's just started a book blog, and she's been really successful with it. So I'm hoping she's going to sort of push my book as well that way, which might help, So we keep on and on. So
now, what about your current dog? Have you thought about writing some books about?
She's over there, Betty, she is. She's a Romanian rescue dog. I mean, she's had a terrible life, but I did put her in one of them. I put her in Charlie Dog's birthday. She got a mention in that, and she got a picture in the baker cake one. But I might do. I mean, sort of. You could actually do something about her, I suppose. I mean, she's so lovely. She's so old now, and she's just asleep all the time, but she's lovely. So. But it's an idea. It's like with the cat. I was thinking, my friend said something the other day to me about 2 little cats that she'd heard about. I thought, that would make a good story. All the time it's terrible. Every time someone says something, write it down. Use that again. So.
Children or people really love dogs and cats generally.
Yeah, they do. They do. My husband's got a little pet shop down in Herne Bay, and we, I actually sell the books there as well, and they're really popular in there. But people love their pets, they really do. So I'm trying to combine
that. You could write about different dogs and different cats.
Yeah,
of your life.
I know. Oh God, don't be doing it forever. Yeah, but no, it's really nice though. It's nice when you actually see the end result of it. Sort of when the illustrator comes back with what you've got in your mind. It's really good, you know. So yeah, it's nice to see. It's always exciting when you see it for the first time, you know. You go, oh, finally. But especially this last one, because it was such a nightmare and it was so hard. When it actually finally came out, it was so nice to see it, you know. And yeah, so
But you wouldn't think that you changed illustrators, because your new illustrator drew
yeah,
Charlie Dog just like your previous one did.
yeah. Well, we had to change it slightly because of like the copyright things, you know. So it couldn't be exactly the same, but he got it. I mean, he sent me a few first of all that just weren't cute enough, you know. But yeah, well, we finally got there, and he was really good because he kept sending me all the time different things that he came up with, and he had some really good ideas with stuff. You know, it's like on the oven, he put a little face on the dials, and just for the kids to see, and all sort of little bits like that. So yeah, that was really good. Sort of things I wouldn't even have thought of, you know.
So what made you decide to write 3 stories, and then your 4th book about Charlie Dog was actually a doing book?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't. It just came really easy, that one. You know, the story. I really can't think why I went off that way, really. You know, because the others were all sort of following a bit of a pattern, weren't they? It was like, where are you hiding? And the first one was just about him. But I really don't know why I don't. Mystery. I'm not sure at all.
It's absolutely wonderful, because you're not only getting children reading, you're getting them baking.
I know. That was the thing. Before lockdown, I was due for a class at a school. They were going to try the recipe out. Of course, the lockdown came and all the schools were shut, so we couldn't do anything. So it really put everything back. So then I had to get my friends' grandchildren. I sent them the recipe and they all made cakes, just so I knew that children could actually make them, because no point writing the book and it's impossible to make, you know. So we did do a bit of sort of trialing with it, and I was shocked when I saw their pictures of their cake. So they were like this big, you know, because I tried to make it and mine was only small, but theirs were really good. But yeah, so but it is quite nice that, because at least they get to sort of, it'd be nice to do one if they were in the garden, like growing things or stuff like that, just to, or with animals, just to get them, you know, sort of doing other stuff, really. You know, it's sort of, instead of going on a computer or whatever, you know, actually making something or doing something. So
Yeah, Charlie Dog visits the farm, Charlie
yeah,
Dog
grows
climbs Mount Everest.
yeah, grows vegetables, or you know, because the books that I'd done, the Alphabet Friends, I actually wrote lots of stories about them, and they were about jobs that people could do. But it didn't mean that if you was a boy, you couldn't do yeah, a girl's job. Yeah, you know, you sort of, I tried to mix it up so that, yeah, and then I done one about fruit and vegetables, and because a lot of children don't even realise about the fruit and vegetables that are around, you know. So yeah, it was just that was the, and I would like to really go back to that and try and get that published, because I done the illustrations on that, and I'm not, they weren't very good, but I actually would like someone to, you know, do it properly for me. So
what would you call it? Charlie Dog grows vegetables?
oh, that one. Oh no, I'd like to do the Alphabet Friends. I'd like to leave Charlie Dog and go like, yeah, and do the, because I've done one about travel, but we'll see. Yeah, I couldn't mix the two, maybe. And Charlie Dog,
Charlie Dog goes on holiday.
Yeah, never know, never know. But,
you can get Charlie Dog doing so many things and going to so many places.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I think it'd be great as a little cartoon character, because he could do so many things. You know, it sort of opens it up a lot more if you've got a cartoon character. It fetches it to life a lot more, doesn't it? So
West Highland Terriers are just so.
Oh God, I know.
Stop yourself falling in love with them.
I know they are. They're really lovely dogs. Yeah, they're very stubborn, but they're lovely, lovely dogs. Yeah, I mean, they've just got that cute face, haven't they? So I know. But that's sort of, I think that's made it easier as well, because you could make that cartoon character out of that lovely little cute face, you know. But yeah, I just try to fetch him alive a bit, make him more human, you know, than just being a dog, you know, dressing him up and stuff. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So, like I say, I've got one in my head. I don't want to say because in case it doesn't happen, but yeah, I've got an idea.
Good.
But
Well, keep us informed anyway.
yes, I will. Yes.
So what would your top tips be, Sue, for people who suddenly, later in life, like you maybe, think, oh, I'd like to become a children's author? What are your top 3 tips?
Well, I think, like me, I had this little notebook. So jot down any ideas. I think that's the thing. If you've got a little idea, I mean, I was cutting the grass and I think, oh God, that's a really good idea. Come in and write that down. And I think if you can keep writing little notes to yourself, you can sit there and build the story up a lot more. And also the publicity side of the book, like if you haven't got an agent, that's quite hard to get it out there. So try and look at different ways. I mean, I've gone down some really weird ways. I luckily, Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones, his wife followed me on Instagram, and I knew she was producing a show. So I dropped off some books where she was producing the show. And then she put on Instagram her children opening up the books, and she gave me a lot of publicity that way. So, you know, look at different ways you can do things. You know, I wrote to Elton John and sent him some books, and he actually sent me a handwritten note back saying, thanks, you know, I'm going to read them to the boys tonight. And, you know, things like that. If you can sort of try and go a different direction of getting publicity, it really helps, you know. But the last one is just don't give up. Just don't give up on it. If you think it's good, just keep on trying and trying it. It does wear you down sometimes, but just got to keep on thinking, I'm going to make it successful, you know. And it's just, when you see the kids' faces, that's really nice as well, you know. So, but that's about it, really. That's my 3 tips.
Really, really good top tips, and especially the one about publicity, because
yeah,
what I find with successful people as opposed to unsuccessful people or people that plod along is they're not prepared to try things that other people aren't prepared to try. And I think you've got to ask. You know, I've had some great interviews with people because I've asked, you
that's
know.
it.
And most people are quite happy to oblige, but you're never going to know if you don't just take the plunge and ask.
Well, if they say no, they say no, don't they? You haven't lost anything. But if they say yes, God, that really does help you, you know, it really does. So, you know, all the time you just try and do things a bit different and just keep going. You know, that's the main thing. Yeah, that's it. So I've got to do that. I've got to follow my own advice now, haven't I? I've got to keep going. I know, but I will get on with the next one. So yeah, hopefully perhaps another year. That's the trouble, the time takes so long from start to when the book's out, you know. It is a long slog, but it's worth it. Yeah,
brilliant.
Well, you must feel very proud of yourself when you say, I'm a children's.
Oh, I can't say that. I just can't say it. I know it's silly, isn't it? I know my family, my 2 kids say it, you know, but yeah, it is nice. It is nice to do that. But yeah, so I was to say.
On that note, it's that time in the show where we are going to play our little values jam game. I don't know if you've seen this show before, Sue, but this is where we get my cards out, and I'm going to ask you in a moment to pick a card. And we will talk about the value on that card, so our viewers just get to know you a little bit better. It's nothing to worry about. Just say the first thing that comes into your head, but we will ask creatively about
There's no right or wrong answer. It's basically whatever pops into your imagination, because basically you're a creative person, so you will think and see things differently from other people. So whatever pops into your head, no matter how ludicrous.
All right, well, I'll give it a try. Go on then.
I'm going to run my finger along the top of the cards. So you just say stop.
Yeah.
And we'll pick a card. All right, let's have a look. What did you pick? Oh,
Joker.
You picked security. Security. So we'll ask you, Sue, what does security mean to you? What does it look, feel and sound like?
Security to me is home, family, like safe. It's our little world really here, But that's that security to me is home. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
A
That's
warm
nice.
and fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, it's just nice when you're at home, I know, snuggled up, got the fire on. That's a nice, secure feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget all what's
Comfortable.
going on outside. Yeah. To me, that is it really. Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. I like that. I like that.
My husband, I said that.
Yeah, it's lovely when you feel safe and secure at home, when you can just shut the doors and shut out all the bad stuff. And
I know, forget all the things that are going on, all the things, it's just everyday stuff that goes on. You just forget about that, just go in, and it's just nice as well when the family are here, it's lovely. So that's it. Sorry, that probably wasn't the right answer.
There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's what you feel, how you feel, and I think that's a lovely.
Especially after what we've gone through after the last year. No walls, no floors, we've gone. Now it feels lovely. I really feel like this is home now. This is where we're going to be forever. So and that's a nice, secure feeling. So yeah,
beautiful.
Having enough plugs.
Yeah.
More than one plug.
Having enough plugs.
Oh
having a
God!
roof over your head. Having windows on your wall.
Not having to have a microwave meal every night, because that's all we had. But it's lovely. It's really nice. Yeah, we've sort of. I think we're both really happy here now. So.
Well, you know what? You could call your next Charlie Dog book "Charlie Dog Builds a House."
I'm just going to write that down. Yeah, well, we could do. Yeah, I don't know if I want to.
You need your windows, and you need your doors, and you need your plugs, and you need.
Yeah, you get the builder in, and but that was a bit of a nightmare. So I don't know if I want to go down that route.
Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon.
I'll be trying to in the garden. But not indoors, I don't think. Yeah. Oh dear. I don't know how we got through that year, to be honest. It's been a real upheaval, but we're out of it the other side. That's the thing, So now we make the most of it. So, yeah. So
fantastic.
Well, we wish you all the best in your new home.
But thanks again for the help with everything. You've been a real sort of help publicity and everything for me. So thank you so much.
Well, we can't do everything, but we help where we can.
Oh,
if we see an opportunity, we'll shove you in there. You're a very valued member of Creative.
Oh, thank you. But it's been lovely to be with you all. Yeah. So.
Well, if anybody else wants to join Creative, they're more than welcome to. Contact either Eleni or myself.
Yeah. My son's he owns a production company, so maybe I'll give him a word and
he should join. Absolutely. Yeah. Creative covers all the creative industry, so you can do anything as long as you creative professionally.
Yeah,
you're our people.
Oh right,
you're our tribe.
I'll let him know. Okay. It was lovely speaking to you though, both. Finally, after all this time. So,
wonderful, Sue. Thank you so much for joining us, and I know that we'll have you back on the couch soon to talk about the further adventures of Charlie Dog.
No pressure then.
Thank you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to our audience for joining us too, but we have to go, so until next time, we'll see you.